Hey folks, welcome back to Niche Learns to Code. So in this video, we'll just go through the CERN Careers website, and I wanted to explain all the different opportunities that they have in brief, so that if you're a student, if you're in university, bachelor's, master's, if you have completed university, if you already have some experience, we can just discuss and go through all the different opportunities that CERN has, and which one will be specifically suited for you, and which one you can apply to, or which ones you can't apply to. So let's start. Very simple. This is the CERN careers.cern webpage. You can open it as well. So on our opportunities, we have many different options. So the first one that I will pick is the students. So if you are currently in university, bachelor's, master's, or even doctorate, PhD, these are the programs for you. So the first program that we have here is a doctoral student program, and as the name suggests this is meant for doctoral students. So those who are currently pursuing a PhD program. So if you are pursuing a PhD in any university, like in European university or even other countries like India, USA, etc., you can apply for this program, doctoral student program. And if you are selected, this will enable you to continue your PhD from your university where you're doing, but to be based in Geneva. So you can be here in Geneva in CERN, write your doctoral thesis, talk with your advisor, also go back and forth, go back to your university, come here, and finish your PhD at CERN, which is of course a very great opportunity, especially if you're doing like master PhD related to physics, for example, accelerator or particle acceleration or neutrinos or particle physics. If your PhD is related to any of these topics, it would of course make a lot of sense that you want to come at CERN. The second thing that we have here, Marie Curie PhD positions, is also for people who are currently pursuing PhD or who have just finished their masters and want to pursue a PhD, want to pursue a doctoral program. But the difference between this and the above mentioned doctoral student program is that this is a little more focused. So Marie Curie PhD positions, we can open it, is being run by this institute. So the Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions ITN Intense Institute. So this is a little more focused. They already have a predefined set of goals, like these are the fields that we want to work in, these are the fields that we don't want to work in, etc. So not every person, not every doctoral student can apply for these programs. Only doctoral students who are more more focused towards these fields can apply for these programs. So this is for example, we can even hear like graduate position MSc in the field of physics or electronics nuclear engineering. So only people who are pursuing, who have finished masters and who are pursuing a doctorate in these fields can apply for this. This is a little this is not for any doctoral position. The above one that we saw, doctoral student program, is a little more open, whereas this is a little more focused program, specifically for some fields. Now here we have the third program, technical student program, which is the I would say the cherry on the cake. I was selected for this, so of course I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say this is bad. So yeah, I would say that the technical student program is gets the spotlight at CERN and everywhere that I go, because in this program, students, only university students can apply. If you have finished your university, if you have finished your studies, you cannot apply for this program. So if you are doing your bachelor's or master's, you can apply for this program. So, and another condition is that only member states and associate member states can apply for this program. So member states basically are all the European countries plus UK plus Switzerland, and associate member states are Eastern European countries, and also Turkey, India, Pakistan are now associate member states. So if you are from these countries which are like not part of Europe, you can still apply, which is a good thing. So basically what the technical student program is, that you're a student, you're doing bachelor's, master's, you come to CERN for minimum like 3-4 months. Normally I would say all the technical students, they stay here for 1 year. I stayed for 1 year, 2 months, and I have yet to see a technical student who was here for only 4 months. I think people take advantage of it. They should take advantage of this program, and they be here for a very long duration, like 8 months, 9 months. Mostly all the technical students that I met were here for 1 year. And if you are selected, I would highly recommend that you do the same thing. Don't come here for like, I see many people who say that I want to apply to this program, but I only want to go for 3 months, 4 months. It's extremely difficult to be selected. If you are selected, in my opinion, you should take full advantage of it and be there as long as you want. Not you can't be there as long as you want. Take full advantage of it and be for the maximum duration, which is 1 year, 2 months, or at least 1 year. So in this program, you will be put in teams inside CERN. For example, I was put in the business computing team, the team that was managing the infrastructure, all the softwares that the business side of CERN uses. And it was a real job. It was not an internship. It was a proper real job. You get monthly salary, you get health insurance, and you get a proper residential permit which allows you to live in Switzerland or France. You get paid vacation 2.5 days per month, which is 30 days per year. You get sick leave and sick days and health insurance and like everything. It's like a proper full-time job. It's not just an internship. And so every day you work within the team, and the other people are professionals. The other people are actual experienced professionals. And when I joined the team, I learned a lot by working in the team. Before that, I did not have any experience like writing actual production code and shipping software, and actually like making software that other people use. So when I was put in the team, like I was the only student in a team surrounded by everyone else as a professional. I learned a lot. So in my opinion, this is, if you're selected, this is a very good opportunity and you should definitely go. So, and once again, I applied as a software developer for like computer science related roles. Does not mean that this is the only thing that technical student covers. So as we can see, we have technical student from mechanical engineering, civil engineering, material and surface science, applied physics, of course physics. I applied for this, IT mathematics and robotics. And we have electrical and electronics engineering. And now they have added it, even a special just for Ukraine because of, I think, the Russia-Ukraine war, which is a good thing. So if you are related to any of these fields, you can apply for this. And I think that you can even apply for more than one, but I would say that you should apply for one to be more focused, but I think you can apply for more than one as well. Okay, moving on. This was the technical student. After that, we have the administrative student program. So the technical student and the admin, I'm just going to call it admin, are yin and yang. They are exactly same. They're exactly co-joined. The only difference is technical student is for tech people like engineers, as we just saw, mechanical, electrical, computer science, physics, etc. Admin student is for more non-engineering side. For example, if you want to work in HR or people management or like maintaining finances, maintaining accounts, etc. But the concept is exactly the same. You'll be injected in a team where you'll get monthly salary, health insurance, monthly pay, vacation days. You'll work for like 4, 6, 8 months, 1 year, and you'll learn on the job. So it's like it's the exact same thing. Just one is for technicals and one is for HR, and the salary is exactly the same. It's not like the tech guys get more and the HR guys get less. Both get exactly the same stipend. We can even look at the stipend. The stipend should be written here. uh, yeah, the stipend is 3,407 Swiss francs per month, net of tax. CERN doesn't have to pay taxes, so everything is net of tax, whatever they say. And the stipend is exactly same for tech student and admin students. There's no partiality, and you can't bargain. Okay, please increase for me or something like that. It's predetermined, prefixed. Everybody gets the same amount. Okay, the next thing that we have here is summer student program. So the summer student, for people who want to go to CERN, who want to do an internship, this is the thing, and who want to do an internship for like summer, 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months. This is the program that you should apply for. Technical student, I would say, is not an internship, it's more of a proper job, and it's going to be for a long duration, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. If you want a short duration, 2 months, 3 months internship, this is what you should apply for. Summer student programs. So for summer student, we have two things: the summer student program and the open lab summer student program. Once again, summer student program is a little more generic. It's not focused towards any specific field. If you're selected for this, you come to Geneva, you come to CERN. CERN will provide you like accommodation and a phone and telecommunication, a fixed stipend per month. You will work in a team for like 2 months, 3 months, and CERN will also give you a tour of like the reactors of the CERN site, of the CERN museum, etc. And the end. Open lab is a little more, is exactly the same as summer student, but it's more focused. It is for, I would say, IT and software professionals, for students who are pursuing a bachelor's or a master's in computer science or IT or software. So it's a little more focused towards IT, but the overall principle is exactly the same as summer student. Okay, moving on. CERN Open Lab, we discussed. Summer student, we discussed. Short-term internship program. Short-term internship programs are also released. For example, if there's a team that has some specific need, so we can even take a look here. So short-term is, I would say, somewhere between summer student and technical student. Technical student is like 1 year. The summer student is 2 months. So short-term is somewhere in between. If you don't want to, 2 months is too less for you. 1 year is too much for you. So this is the program that you can apply for. Short-term internship, 6 months. So the overall principles of all these programs are the same, that you work with CERN in real life teams on real life problems. The main difference is of duration. Technical student, because it's the longest duration, gets more pay. We can see here that short-term internship, you get monthly stipend of 1,500 Swiss francs. Because this is sort of an internship, and this is a pretty good stipend for an internship. The technical student, you get 3,000 something Swiss francs, which is, as we can see, like more than double of this. And the reason for that is it's more like a job, like you're actually working on a day-to-day basis. So that's why there's a pay difference. So having said that, I would say more than the money, what actually matters is just getting in and getting the experience, which I think is of more value than, of course, money has value, but more value than just the money. Because if you are able to get into these programs, it will become much more easier for you to get into other programs at CERN as well, because you'll know people and they will know you that you can work. So I know many people who entered via like short-term internships, 2-3 months, or short like open lab programs, and because they worked for 2-3 months, their manager saw them, okay, they're good, and then they were invited for short-term internship. They worked in the same team for like 6 months, and if the manager wanted to keep them, they could say, okay, now you can become a technical student, you can be here for another 1 year, 2 months. And okay, if your manager still likes you, like if you have like a good relationship, you're working good, they can even change your program, and after that you can become a fellow, which is now called grad, which is for 3 years. So this is what many people do at CERN. They keep on changing contracts. They move from a lower contract to like higher contract. So they can enter as interns, and then they can move up the ladder to like become like a student, technical student, admin student, and then a fellow. So even I did something similar. Initially, I was a technical student. I worked for 1 year, 2 months, and then I entered as a junior fellow. And I worked as a junior fellow for 1 year, 3 months. So, but there is also a catch. So many people might think after listening this that we can just be at CERN forever, just keep on changing contracts. There are a finite number of contracts. There is a law at CERN that once you have become a short-term internship, if you have done short-term internship contract, never in your life again can you do short-term internship. If you have done technical student, you can only do it once. Never in your life can you become a technical student again. If you have become a fellow, you can only be a fellow once. Never in your life can you become a fellow again. So even if you climb up the ladders after fellow, there is only one more contract, which is called staff, the end. So after fellow, it is extremely, extremely rare that anyone gets a staff contract. And even if you get the staff contract, once again, that is a contract of 5 years, which will expire. And after that, there's nothing else. No other contract opportunity exists at CERN, like after these contracts. So you will eventually have to leave CERN. So there are ways of being at CERN for a long time, but in the end, you will have to leave. So, hypothetical scenario. You join in as an open lab summer student, do it for 2 months, 3 months, become short-term intern, 6 months. Then you become a technical student or admin student, 1 year, 2 months. After that, you become a junior fellow for 3 years. Then you can say, I can just change my contract. I've been a fellow, I'll become a fellow again. No. Once you become a fellow, either junior fellow or senior fellow, you can never be a fellow again. So after fellow, there are two options. One option is the last and final contract that CERN offers, which is the top level contract they offer, which is staff. Staff is for 5 years, maximum extendable up to 8 years. So let's say that, okay, you win the lottery after becoming a fellow, you get the staff contract for 5 years, and you also get the staff extension for another 3 years. So staff contract for 8 years, basically. After that, you will have to leave CERN. Or after fellow, the second option is You leave CERN. So basically, after fellowship, there are two options. Either you get the staff contract or you leave CERN. There is nothing else. In the staff contract, it's 5 years. It can be even shorter. It can be 3 years as well. After 5 years, once again, a rarity, getting another extension for 3 years, maximum 8 years. Staff contracts cannot be pushed more than 8 years. That's like the law. Once again, there's another. I know there are some exceptions. There is now another exception. There is a contract called the indefinite staff contract. So that is the indefinite staff contract, which allows you to be at CERN permanently. So yes, there is a contract that does allow you to be at CERN permanently, but this is given to top level managers that are managing entire teams. So this is, I wouldn't say that normally people get this. And also, as for me, I'm an Indian. India is an associate member state, but not a member state. For associate member states, cannot become indefinite contract IC staff members, as they call it in CERN. Only people from member states, that is European countries, can become indefinite staff. So even let's say if I take a hypothetical scenario for me, I was technical student for 1 year, 2 months. Then I received the junior fellowship for 3 years. After that, even if I would have received a staff program, the maximum amount I would with the staff program, I would have been able to stay 8 years, and I would have never been able to apply for IC program because I'm not European. But during those 8 years, if I live in France, and France has a law that after 5 years of living in France, you can apply for French citizenship. So during those 8 years, if I lived in France, I learned French. After 5 years, I gave my French citizenship exam, and if in less than 8 years my citizenship was approved and I became a French citizen, then yes, I would be able to apply as a French citizen for the IC staff program. But yes, once again, nothing is guaranteed that I would get the IC staff program. This, of course, hypothetical. I'm not even a staff. This is a very absurd hypothetical scenario. Okay, so now you get an idea of how people extend their contracts and how people stay at CERN. So what I saw normally at CERN was people entered as students. They were as students for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and then they became fellows for 2 years, 3 years, or they directly entered as fellows for 2 years, 3 years. So I would say the average duration of the bulk people at CERN was 2 years, 3 years. Okay, they were initially students, then fellows, max to max 4 years, the end. So it is very rare to see someone become a student 1 year, fellow 3 years, and staff also 5 years, 3 years, 8 years, and then even receiving IC. They are there, but it's not the normal thing, I would say. So the normal, I would say, at CERN is 3 years, 4 years, max to max 5 years, something like that. Okay, continuing. We go back to this website. Okay, now we have discussed the student. The next thing we are going to discuss is entry levels. So this entry level position is basically fellowship, which I joined, but now it's no longer called fellowship. I was there when this name change happened. I was there at CERN. So now it's called Origin. So initially it was junior fellowship, senior fellowship. Now junior fellowship is called Origin, and senior fellowship, which is for experienced graduates, is called Quest. So it's Star Trek inspired names. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So what these programs basically are, if you have completed your university, you have completed your bachelor's or you have completed your master's, these are the programs that you should apply for. You don't need to apply for internships anymore. You don't have to apply for technical student anymore. This is the program that you apply for. This program, once again, covers many vast domains: applied physics, engineering, data science, electrical or electronics engineering, experimental and theoretical physics, health, safety and environment, international relations, material and surface science, mechanical engineering, software engineering and IT, which I applied for, support service, finance, HR, legal, procurement, hiring, etc., etc. So once you're out of university and you're looking for a job, this thing is basically a job, as we call it. So the first one, Origin, is if you're fresh out of university, you don't have any experience, this is the program that you will be hired in. If you have finished your university, you have worked at other companies, you have, I would say, 3 years of more experience. So yeah, they're written here: a master's degree with 2 to 6 years of postgraduate professional experience, or a PhD with no more than 3 years of experience of postgraduate professional experience. They will apply for Quest, which was previously senior fellowship, and people who are just fresh out of university and have no more than 2 years, so basically less than 2 years of job experience, they will be hired into this program. So if you're looking for a job at CERN, this is the program that you apply for. If you are fresh out of university, you have less than 2 years of experience, apply for Origin or Junior Fellowship. If you have a master's degree, or if you have more than 2 years of experience, then you apply for this program, Quest, Senior Fellowship. People who have even more than this experience can click here for professionals, and this is staff, which is the highest contract that CERN offers, which is for 5 years, extendable maximum 3 years, so maximum 8 years. So if you have even more experience than the previous two options, Origin and Quest that we just discussed, you should apply for this staff openings. And staff openings are directly generated by teams inside CERN. For example, there's a team at CERN which has like 4 staff members. One of them either retires or has gone into the ever beyond. So then they will have one extra staff position, one staff opening basically, and then those staff openings are released here. So for example, there's this EPADOPO is basically the name of the team. So EP is like the group, ADO is like the department inside that group, and PO is like the team inside that department. So all the 3 things that we see here, EP, CM, XDA, are like the group department team inside CERN that has published this position. Okay, we have one opening for staff. We're looking for one staff person for this role, CMS tracker detector physicist. So EP is, I think, the engineering physics department. BE is the beams department. So the beams department is the one that manages the beam inside the Large Hadron Collider, so that the beam is healthy, the beam is stable, the beam is constantly working. So this department focuses on that. I'm not a physicist, I'm not an expert, but this is the general idea of what this department does. So yeah, if you have more experience than the previous two, Quest, Origin, then you can look at staff openings and apply over here. Yes, so basically these are the different opportunities that CERN offers. So we have for students, internships, tech student, admin student, program, etc. And if you are out of university or bachelor's or master's, you have like junior fellowship, which is Origin, and Origin. Okay, I get confused sometimes. And if you have more experience, you have for experienced graduates this program, which is the Quest. There's a very funny story when this program was being. By the way, you might ask a question that why was this name changed? Initially, it was called Fellow, and why is this thing called Quest and Origin now? So the main reason, hold on to your hats. The main reason for this was to reduce salaries. So these two programs, which were initially junior, senior fellow, are exactly the same, but now they're paid less. So initially, the starting salary for a junior fellow was something 5,100, 5,200 Swiss francs. Now that has been reduced to 4,000 something Swiss francs. So basically, the entire salary band for junior fellows, senior fellows, fellows with masters, without masters experience, there was an entire band, has been reduced by 1,000 Swiss francs. It's the exact same program, but after the salary change, this is now called Origin and Quest. And because fellow has a very strong connotation with it, because you're a fellow, it's like a distinguished fellow, you're a very high person. So the fellow name was removed because it was like, no, it's not so high. It's a little less. We're going to pay a little less. So yeah. Yeah. But it's still pretty good, I would say, because you don't have to pay taxes. So I do recommend it. Yes, that's it for this video. If you have any questions or any suggestions of videos that you would like me to make, let me know in the comments. See you next time. Ciao.